Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? I am actually just doing a quick little video. Actually, not quick, but just wanted to sit down and have a conversation with y'all guys. Anybody who's not doing anything and just want to join me just to talk chickens and talk what Journey to the Pit is doing and what our game plan is moving forward and the progress that we have been making. What do we have in the works? Want y'all guys feedback, y'all comments, let y'all guys know what we got going on. We got some exciting stuff going on. We're really, really excited, getting some great people joining the team. What's up, Hector? What's up, Top Dog? And Top Dog, listen, brother, it looked like you joined up in here before I even hit the live button. I'm trying to figure out how that happened. I'm trying to figure out how that happened. But yeah, guys, we locked in another awesome interview. Locked in another special guest last night. Peter and I did a video mic check uh, with a great. This is going to be, everybody knows him. Another bilingual interview. What y'all guys' thoughts are on these bilingual interviews? I think they very, very, very effective. We're garnering a lot of positive feedback. It seems like we're doubling our reach, not just only in Mexico, but a lot of Mexican Americans here in the States that really enjoyed the interviews, but would enjoy them more if they were in Spanish. So, what are y'all guys' thoughts on that? Do y'all guys think that it's double effective? Is it going? How do y'all guys like the flow? Is it going smooth? Peter is an excellent, excellent translator. He's an excellent translator. And again, him is making us these bilingual interviews possible because the quality of the translation is so important. You know what I'm saying? And if the translation is not really good, the interview will not be as effective. So yeah, I think it's going well. But what is y'all guys' feedback? Y'all guys like these bilingual interviews? Just to let y'all guys know, we got more in the works. We have more in the works. Um, awesome, awesome. Kingdom said he likes it. What's up, Dickie? Yeah, so guys, like I say, this live stream right here is really just a me just talking. That's it. No particular topic. Give y'all guys some updates, answer some questions that y'all guys may have about the past interviews or the upcoming interviews. A lot of guys send us suggestions on people that they would like to be interviewed. We get those all the time. One of the biggest things about these interviews is the fact that some of the people that is suggested to be interviewed, some of those individuals don't have an interest in being interviewed at all, which we completely respect that for whatever reason. I don't even ask them for a reason. It's kind of like a yes or a no if you want to do it, if you don't. Um, but yeah, so some of the individuals, and I have my thoughts about that. My thoughts are really irrelevant, but I do greatly appreciate the individuals that's coming on the show. I feel as though also too with our entry into the Mexican market, it's been well received. Journey to the Pit is being well received with open arms down in Mexico. Um, we haven't got any no's. We haven't got any no's. And we're getting some of the biggest names down there. We have more to come. We only did a few. But I'm telling you, we haven't been told no at all. It's amazing also too the amount of individuals that know about Journey to the Pit in Mexico, and that's phenomenal. Due to the fact that Mexico wasn't our market, but it's just amazing the Mexican Americans here that have messaged me saying, "Hey, that was an awesome interview you did with Tammy, or that was an awesome interview you did this person, that person. I would love to have sent this to my father, to my cousin, to my uncle down in Mexico, but they do not speak English." And like I say, with these interviews now being bilingual, and also too, with us interviewing, with us interviewing the Mexican competitors, We're really being able to get into a lot of detail about a lot of things. Not saying that we could not get into details when we interview other individuals, but sometimes it's a kind of a touchy subject. Um, but we got everybody checking in. Listen, in the chat, let us know where you checking in from, and also do me a favor, brothers, if y'all can tag somebody in the comment section or either share it to somebody. Like I say, this comment section is all about each one teach one. Is our greatest opportunity to learn and teach from each other. Is a lot of times in the comment section. There's always great questions. We always get great answers. We always have a opportunity to mix ideas in this comment section. We create new relationships because people reach out to other people in the comment section. So we'll never be shy to share in this comment section. Daniel, what's up? Dean, down in Georgia. We got Hawaii in the house. Carolina in the house. I don't know if y'all guys seen the last interview. We had guys checking in from Alaska. So we got North Carolina. We got Georgia. We got Massachusetts. Yeah, we got everybody checking on in. Like I say, if y'all guys can, tag somebody in the comments so we can join in. Like I say, have a great conversation. Dean said he likes the interviews. He learns something from each of them, and that is the whole purpose and goal about it. Yeah, new people starting. Yeah, man, this is like I say, these interviews are having a huge impact. They're having a huge impact, and we're really we got Texas checking in. Yep. Yeah. Ricardo, I agree. Georgia, South Carolina, Mexico, Alabama, Tennessee. Eugene, what's up, brother? Eugene's been a long time supporter. He's been watching Journey to the Pit interviews for a long time. Schoolboy, shoot me some information on Schoolboy. We got Mississippi checking in. And like I say, guys, we locked in a great guest. And the whole purpose of these interviews is, as y'all guys know, they for historical, educational, and entertainment purposes only. None of the interviews are intended for any illegal purposes, but it gives us an opportunity to share a culture, a passion, a lifestyle without breaking any rules and breaking any laws or anything like that. But I just think it's a great opportunity for us to learn. There's nothing wrong with us going in the library to pick up a book to read about something that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing wrong with that. So I think this is a great opportunity to share a lot of great ideas. I'm trying to I'm going to post later the individual that we have. Let me see here. I don't know if y'all guys can see the picture, but yes. Oh, this is awesome. Yeah, guys, I'm actually just reading messages. I'm talking to people actually in Mexico now. Wow. Yeah. So listen, guys, botanas, the boots, right? What do y'all guys think about us bringing somebody on to educate us on boots? Everybody uses boots. What's up, Lee? Yeah, Lee, you're exactly right. Lee said that the history and tradition is worldwide and we all can learn from each other. Exactly. We got Hawaii in here. Let's see here. Saipan, we got one of the islands. Saipan is so far away. Literally, I was going to I actually shipped some stuff to Saipan. A hat. I shipped some hats to Saipan. Chihuahua. We got Javier and our little princess Kimmy Morales. Y'all guys know our little Journey to the Pit princess down in Chihuahua, Mexico. She's our first brand ambassador down in Mexico. She's 11 years old. Y'all guys have seen. I'm limited on the amount of the type of pictures that I can share with Kimmy due to the fact that I did get restrictions on the platforms uh, saying I was promoting illegal activity and stuff. So I am limited to the photos and stuff that I can share. Philippines, Carolina, what's up? D Triple, what's up, brother? Yeah, 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 yeah. We got a lot. So we got some great guests. So I know a lot of y'all guys are very, very interested. And y'all guys, let me see here. Let me see if I can share a photo from a conversation that I'm having with a great individual that I think y'all guys can learn a lot because so many people use boots, but they don't understand what the numbers mean, the angles, the heights, and all of that. So we're gonna bring somebody on to educate y'all guys about boots. What y'all guys think about that? What's up, T? Jerry Lowe. Yeah, Jerry Lowe, Tyler. I'm going to be going to Jerry Lowe's house. I already talked to Jerry Lowe. We have something set up. I'm gonna get up to Jerry Lowe's and we're gonna sit down and talk. We're going to sit down and talk history. Jerry Lowe is very educated on a history of different types of families, regardless of what your personal opinions are about him or the way he do business or all that kind of stuff. But just on a history aspect, Jerry Lowe is very educated on history. So him and I had plans for me to come on up to his house, and we're going to sit down and we're going to record. We're going to record some footage talking about different families and stuff like that because many guys have families in their yard and they don't know the history of it. So I think, hey, I think it'd be awesome to learn the history of the families that you have in your yard, not just how they perform today and all that kind of stuff, but learn a little bit about the individuals. So Jerry Lowe is very educated in that, and we're going to get up there and make that interview happen for sure, 100%. Um, yeah, D Trip, I greatly appreciate those kind words, brother. It ain't easy, man. I can tell you that now. It's not easy, brother. It's not easy. I want to show y'all guys a picture of a guest that we got locked in, and I don't think he's definitely qualified to talk about boots. Let me see if y'all guys can see this. Can y'all guys see that? Who knows who that is? Who know who that person is? Post in the comment section if y'all guys know who that person is. Post in the comments if y'all guys know who that person is. And let me know if you do know who he is he qualified to talk about boots? That's what I'm talking about. Is he qualified to talk about boots? Yes, Michael. Don Miguel. Exactly. Vic said Don Miguel. That's exactly right. We got Don Miguel, the master bootmaker in Mexico, locked in for an interview. That's right. We got Don Miguel locked in. And I know guys say, oh, he's been interviewed before. Listen, everybody got their style of interviewing. Everybody got their reason to interviewing. But y'all guys know if you watch Journey to the Pit, I get real deep in everything. I don't just want to know the answer to the surface of the question. I like to get really, really detailed, really deep, keep it simple, like we're talking to a 14-year-old. And again, we're in our own lane. I think that's what separates us from anybody else. We ain't in competition with anybody else, any other podcast, any other show. We just like to bring y'all guys great guests that y'all guys can get a lot of value from. So we got Mr. Don Miguel. Mr. Don Miguel locked in. We actually talking on chat right now. That's what I'm doing. I got to use translator and I got to use translator. So we going back and forth right now. But we had a great video mic check. We had a great video mic check last night. We had a great conversation. We talked with him and his son. We probably talked about 45 minutes. And again, guys, it's not just going to be about his boots. It's going to be about also, like I told him last night when we were talking, it was him, myself, Peter, and also Don Miguel's son. We were all four. I got to see the shop that they make the boots in. I got to see his little office and his shop and all. Man, it was awesome. It was awesome. we may be able to bring that part to the interview as well. He has very good Wi-Fi, very good reception, very good Wi-Fi. So I think the interview will be really good on that aspect. But yeah, Don Miguel, I got to know him a lot last night in that 45-minute conversation. And one of the things, guys, and I have had people reach out to me and ask me what kind of software that I'm using to do the interviews, and I share all of that kind of stuff. I share all of that. I don't hold back. I don't have any secrets or anything like that. Um, but yeah, so I definitely will share anything to help y'all guys if y'all want to do the same thing, start a podcast or whatever. But one of the approaches that I take when I do these interviews, and it's something that I was taught uh from a mentor of mine's, is during conversations, you can have the best conversations when you're genuinely interested in the other person. Many times in conversations, a lot of us, and all of us at one time or another, are guilty of this. We're just really waiting for our opportunity to respond or to tell our part. And what I had to be taught is going into these conversations, if you're genuinely interested in that individual that you're talking to, you can get a lot more out of the conversation. And that's how I approach these interviews. And talking with Don Miguel last night, it was an awesome conversation because I just don't want to know just about the boots. I told Mr. Don Miguel last night that we want to hear about his journey. We want to hear about his struggles. We want to hear about if there was at times that he wanted to quit, and if it was, how did he overcome it? What kept him pushing? And I think those things are important. Why? Because there's a lot of universal principles that we can take from game foul and apply to life. And there's a lot of life principles that we can take from life and apply to game foul. You see what I'm saying? Like his struggle and becoming one of the best bootmakers in Mexico wasn't easy. But that is no different than if you wanted to start a lawn care business, or if you wanted to start breeding roosters for a living, or if you wanted to start a business or a new job or a new career. There's lessons that we can learn from Don Miguel about how he made it through his struggles to keep on going to being one of the best bootmakers. And again, I'm not saying the best because we'll fill a comment section up with a bunch of nonsense, but I'm just saying one of the best. I think anybody in this sport knows that he is one of the best. So that is my purpose also with these interviews, not just learning how to breed and feed and all that, but also bringing in guests from all over to give you some confirmation that even if you're doing something different that everybody else is not doing, you still could be doing the right thing. It still can work. And I say that because there's a lot of different ways to on this journey of success. You see what I'm saying? I like to bring on guests that don't come from money, that got small farms, medium-sized farms, large farms, different countries, different backgrounds, different struggles. And I know a lot of times guys say, "Oh, you interview all the big farms." If you looked at all my interviews, big farms are not the vast majority of our interviews. By no means. By no means. But during these conversations, I like to get in other stuff than just the chickens itself, because we are all on this journey. We all have times where we want to quit. It could be a storm that come through and wipe us out. It can be varmints get in and kill some of our best brood stock. It can be getting ripped off. It can be lending out some brood stock and never getting it back. It can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bad seasons. It can be a bad breeding. It's so many different things. And I just think it's so important to share that stuff. Because again, I know this is not easy. This sport is not easy. And I understand in the social media era, everybody always showing the successes and the glamours and the trophies and all the wins. But we already know that is not realistic. We're not winning all these shows. We not, all our breedings are not working out. Stuff that we had high hopes for turn out to be trash. All of that kind of stuff is very, very, very important to share, because I know there is lessons out of that stuff that guys can apply to their everyday life, even outside of the chicken game. And so that's really my approach on doing these interviews. And I just believe, I don't know how y'all guys feel about it, but I just believe that's one of the reasons that they are so effective. The interviews are being watched about, I said this many, many times before, the interviews are being watched about 40,000 watch hours a month. Just on YouTube. Like YouTube tells me how many hours per month, not just views. We're not going for views. We're not trying to be famous. We're not trying to be viral. We're trying to be effective. And we're only effective if individuals watch the interviews. I just don't want them to click on the interview. I want them to watch the interview. I want them to learn from the interview. We're not trying to get likes and all that. If I wanted to get views, all I got to do is post videos up of pretty roosters, and we would get hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views. But to me, that's not what Journey to the Pit is all about. Yep, that's not what Journey to the Pit is all about. So guys, let me get in this comment section and see. Thank you, Dakota. That's what I try to be. And guys, this is the whole thing too. You know, some guys like to they like to for me to talk about me. The Journey to the Pit is not about me. Journey to the Pit is about the guests. That's it. That's what Journey to the Pit is about. No comparison. We're in our own lane, but Journey to the Pit is all about the guests sharing knowledge, because I feel as though that is the most powerful way we can make an impact on this community, is through education. It's not highlights. It's not bragging. It's not showcasing. To me, that's not the most effective way to make an impact. To me, the most effective way is to share your journey on how you obtain those successes. Now, I do highlight their accomplishments and accolades and stuff like that. Why? To give verification that this individual does know something. Because we all know, we all have used the term, Facebook cockers and stuff like that. You know, we all have seen that term. If we haven't used it, we have seen the term. And I always say that you have to be careful who you listen to. And in order to make a good decision, you have to have good information. And that is the reason why I don't do scripted interviews, because I want to make sure that the individual that I'm talking to is talking from experience. Anybody can research something. Anybody can Google something. Anybody can regurgitate what somebody else has said. But I want them to be able to rip stuff off the top of their head. And I just give them topics. You know, hey, what do you feel? Always the first question I ask my guests is there anything that you don't feel comfortable talking about? And most of the time, the answer is no. I'm an open book. Okay, cool. And then I give them topics and let them know why. And I tell them a little bit about what we're trying to accomplish over here with Journey to the Pit, right? And it's all about the journey. And bringing on all these special guests from all different parts of the world, all different backgrounds, all different disciplines. I'm doing that for a reason, to show you that there is no one individual, two individuals, three individuals that know everything. No one can tell you everything about this sport. No one. I don't care. Even Albert Einstein didn't know everything about mathematics. I don't know if y'all guys know, but it was guys that better understood parts of mathematics better than Albert Einstein, and you don't even know their names. I'm just saying, if you study history and study people, you'll see there was people that were better than the people that history wrote about. So, that is the whole goal, man, because like I say, Journey to the Pit has a purpose. We're not trying to be famous. We're trying to be effective. If we were trying to be famous, we could bring a bunch of guys, highly competitive guys, and just talk about all their wins. Man, we know all that. What that 14-year-old, 15-year-old, 22-year-old, 32-year-old who's chasing a dream, let's share some information that'll get him closer to his goal. Let's share some information that will help him achieve his dream. That's what Journey to the Pit is all about. And if you have watched the interviews, which obviously I have watched all of them, If you have watched the interviews, you'll see I don't think anybody does anything the same. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it, if you watch the interviews, it ain't many nuggets that you can take out of these interviews and said you heard that in another interview. So I hope that is proof that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing to reach the finish line or to accomplish your goal. But what is more important, it shows you that there is no one way. One person don't have all the answers. What works in one place don't always work in another place. So when one individual is trying to tell you how to raise birds in the Philippines, Mexico, Kentucky, Tennessee, Guam, man, ain't no one person can tell you that. No one person can tell you that. No one person can tell you that has never lived in Hawaii or Caribbeans or anything how to raise game fowl in those areas, and they never lived there. They don't have any experience in those places. So what's better? Who's a better person to learn from than a person that lives in those places? You know what I'm saying? Like, people can't tell you how a guy who never lived in a south part of Texas where it's like desert or Albuquerque, New Mexico, where it's like tumbleweeds. All they did was raise game fowl, say in Kentucky that got rich soil, green grass, minerals in the soil. How can a guy from Kentucky tell you exactly how to raise game fowl in Albuquerque where it's tumbleweeds, bad soil? They can't. They can suggest things, but they don't know for a fact that it worked or not because they never lived in those areas. You see what I'm saying? So with this variety of guests that we have coming on, that is the purpose. Because every time we do an interview, I always get met. That was the best interview you've done. I get that same identical message on every single interview. You know why? Because every interview resonates with different people based on their situations, based on the similarities. That's why. That is why. You know, we talked about this also before when guys are so adamant about don't never do this, don't never do that. I don't vaccinate. I don't do this. I don't do that. But if you look at places like Louisiana and stuff with those type of climates and a lot of mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff, you may. That's a fact. I mean, you can look at, I followed the Kentucky, University of Kentucky. They have a veterinary extension program. I watch all their podcasts and everything. And even these vets, even these professors will tell you, depending on what part of the world you're living in and what environment you're living in, things are going to be different. They tell you that. They know that because fowl is being raised. It's their job to study fowl from all over the world, different climates and everything. So don't never get hooked on one person's answer. Ain't nobody know Albert Einstein universally. They might be an Albert Einstein in their area, but they're not Albert Einstein worldwide. Like I say, there was guys out there that better understood math than Albert Einstein did. That's a fact. If you do your research, that is a fact. So and they wasn't as old as he were. They were younger. So again, it's just something to really just think about, guys. And that's why we bring a variety of different guests on. And I think it's probably one of the most effective ways to continue to make a positive impact. I think it's a very effective way to make a positive impact, on a sport, because we constantly bringing people in that you can relate to, that might live in your same climate, that might live in your same country, that might have the same fowl you have, that might have the same size farm you have, that might came from the same background or might be in the same place that you are. All of those things is very important. And it resonates. And that's why it resonates. And that's why it's literally so effective. It's so effective because of that reason. And we're going to continue on doing it. We're going to continue on doing it because, like I say, it's just very, very powerful. Very powerful. Let me just give me a second, guys. I have to make one adjustment on this camera. But what do y'all guys think? I mean, do y'all guys think this has do y'all guys think Journey to the Pit has taken a very successful approach? Do y'all guys think it's effective? What are y'all guys' thoughts? I really would like to know, what are y'all guys' thoughts? Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. Okay. Yes, Chris, you're exactly right. We definitely need to be open and learning. We got so many people in. Hey, Robbie Smith said, hey, look what Robbie Smith said. Robbie Smith said, poor Peter, we gonna wear him out because Peter has to talk. Yeah, but you know what, man? Like I say, I can't thank Peter enough. Peter has Peter has is a huge impact to Journey to the Pit. He is the door opener for us to be able to enter this Mexican market. Um, and his translation is spot on. I haven't got one bad feedback about Peter's translation. Peter's translation is solid as a rock. Yep. Yep, exactly. Yeah, guys, and like I say, Michael, you're exactly right. Everybody got their own platform, and what I realized is, and I just learned this from business, that get in your own lane. Um, get in your own lane and do your own thing. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to worry about what nobody else is doing, and you don't even have to have an opinion about what nobody else is doing. Just focus on what you doing, and that's what I have tried to do. Is just focus on and always understood what was the whole goal, what was the whole purpose for me starting Journey to the Pit, and I don't have to remind myself of that. That's how I go into it all the time. That's how I pick out guests. That's how I come up with questions. That's why it's not scripted, because it's just a conversation. Because I'm genuinely interested in the individual that I'm talking to. And I know what I went through getting into game foul. I didn't get into game foul when I was a baby, when I was diaper. I'm not 18 generations and all that kind of stuff. I got into it in my 30s. And I know I reached out to a lot of individuals for help. And once they realized that I wasn't purchasing foul, they didn't have any time for me. And I said, you know what? I'll create a platform that a person is not going to have to buy anything, spend $800-900 to $2,000 to learn something. We'll create a platform that's beneficial for everybody. Yep. Uh, Kiku. I don't Kiku. What I would say to you is, watch the interviews, and I'm assuming you haven't, because the person that you're talking about, we already interviewed them. So I always encourage y'all guys to watch these interviews. Um, And yeah, if Douglas Bruce got his own channel, if you like Douglas Bruce channel, then spend your time over there. The great thing about uh podcasts, um, you don't have to watch one. You can watch everybody's. So that's why we don't spend any time talking about another person's, you should watch Journey to the Pit over somebody else's. Watch all of them. You ain't got to pick. Watch every last one of 'em. If you like what that individual is doing over there, then spend time watching over there. And then when you're done watching them, then come into Journey to the Pit and watch Journey to the Pit. You don't have to pick. You can watch all of them. Just like, Netflix is not spending any time talking about, what's going on at Amazon Prime. Amazon Hulu is not talking about what's going on at Disney. And that's what I study. I'm obsessed with studying successful people and successful businesses. That's just something I love to do. I love to study people who had started out with struggles and overcame them, and came to their greatness. That's why I always talk about the journey, because to me the journey is so much more interesting than a final result. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the whole deal with these interviews. I love the journey, and the journey. And again, going back to the beginning, where you hear so many people, when I came out with the concept of Journey to the Pit 362, I got all of this flack Oh, you got to take care of your birds 365 days a year, and you got to take care of your birds 365 days a year, not 362, Jim. I guess they was thinking they was putting me on blast. I never said you don't have to take care of your birds 365 days a year. I never said that. We're talking about the 362. But the 362 is not just about, it's not fighting chickens. What we're doing right now is a part of the 362. You having your kids out on a farm, spending quality time with them is a part of the 362. You traveling to other places, meeting people is a part of the 362. Your conversations with guys and meeting different people and buying different birds and having different conversations and taking pictures and going to barbecues and all of those kind of experiences is a part of 362. It's not just about the birds. It's about what goes on during the journey. The reason why I said 362, because everybody just wanted to talk about how great they were during the last three and how they was the masters at this and pointing. What is the 14-year-old learning about pointing when he doesn't even know how to feed a chicken? He don't even know how to pick up a chicken and feel if it's healthy or not. He don't even know if a chicken's feeling wormy. He don't even know what to do if the chicken is losing his breast. He don't even know what to do if the chicken got a pale head. You know what I'm saying? He don't even know if the chicken, he opened up the chicken's mouth and it has a foul smell. He has mucus coming out. What that got to do with pointing? Nothing. But everybody just want to talk about, I know this guy who picked up birds from the flea market and he won all of these shows. What does that do for the sport? How does that elevate the sport? What are we promoting in the sport? To me, that's just gambling. That's not elevating the sport. Why are we highlighting individuals that went to the flea market, bought chickens and won derbies? Why are we highlighting that? Why are we not highlighting the young girls and the young boys that's out there with their parents or with their father having quality time out on that chicken yard? Why are we not highlighting that? The same individuals that's boasting and bragging about they knew somebody who took chickens from the flea market and won a big derby, you never hear them talk about the positive impact that this sport has made on young kids. You don't hear them same individuals talking about the positive impact that the wives and the girlfriends and the partners have on their husbands or their partners by them being out on a road and a wife or the partners out there dragging out water hose, busting water cup. Those same individuals not talking about that. That's what I want to talk about. I don't even need to know about somebody who went to the flea market and bought some chickens and was able to win a derby. That doesn't matter to me. Because to me, that doesn't elevate the sport. What is a 14-year-old learning from that? How is that helping a 14-year-old who has wormy chickens out there that he may have got from the flea market, but that's all he had access to? But that story is not helping him on how to take care of those chickens. Am I right or wrong? Tell me if I'm just totally off. I'm telling you, that's the way I look at it. So it's just that is what it is all about. That is what it is all about to me. Not all of boasting and bragging and trophies and all of that. We all know that. We know how that goes. You see an individual post up a picture with a trophy, and then if you look at his news feed for the whole year, that'd be the only picture he posts with a trophy. He ain't posting 5 of them, 6 of them, 7 of them, 10 of them. He ain't posting those. He ain't winning all those. So it's nothing wrong with it, but Journey to the Pit was never created to stroke an individual's ego. Journey to Pit was created to make a positive impact on game fowl breeders' lives all over the world. And we do that through education. What part of education? All of it. The whole journey. Not just the wins, not just the successes, not just the highlights. Everybody talks about, is more people watch, say, Michael Jordan win a championship than watching his interview of his journey. Think about that. Everybody wanted to watch the championship, but everybody wasn't interested in the journey of how he became so great. So that's what I'm talking about. Journey to the Pit is all about the journey. Journey. Bobby Fairchild said it best. He said his biggest success and his biggest memories was his journey. Yes, he won that 7 cock against Johnny Jumper and stuff like that. But he said in his interview, his greatest moments has been his journey, not that derby. That has been the biggest success in his career. But his biggest memories has been on a journey. That's what it's been. I want to make a positive impact on a young men and women out there that is pursuing a dream. They want to win the big trophies. They want to compete in the big competitions. They want to have their own family of chickens. And regardless if you got in this sport, young or old, because just because you got into it when you're young, we're not all at the same level. We're not all at the same level. So I like to bring individuals on to show you no matter where you started from, you can be great. That's what I want to do. I want to show you, regardless of where you come from, how much money you started with, no matter where you lived at in the world, regardless of what your educational level is, regardless of what your experience level is, I want to provide the information that can help you become who you want to be, your best version in this sport. I don't want to promote shortcuts or anything like that. Do that stuff going? Yes. I don't knock it. That's just not what we're trying to do. I always say learn the basic fundamentals first before you learn how to cheat, how to take shortcuts and all that kind of stuff. And the guys talk about cheaters. Listen, and many times the best cheaters are the most knowledgeable guys. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, a con man can't be a fool. Usually con men are not fools. They smart. You might not like them, but they pretty smart at what they do. They understand psychology. You might not like what they do. Nobody likes what they do. But my point is I want to focus on the basic, solid fundamentals that will carry this sport for generations to come. And stories of people buying chickens from the flea market and winning big derbies is not the foundation of this sport. That's why we like to talk about the kids. That's like we like to talk about the partners at home, your wives, your girlfriends, or whatever. You know, let's talk about that as well. You know, I did a series, Journey to the Pit, a while ago, where we interviewed just the kids. That's important. To me, that's important. That's the next generation. And I think that series I ran was called the Next Generation, Journey to the Pit, Next Generation. We brought on a group of kids, interview after interview after interview. And I think that, to me, it was very rewarding. It was very fulfilling to have this conversation and see the smiles on these kids' faces. But there's people out there in their 30s and 40s that just got in gang foul and they smile just as hard as well. So, you know, that is what the whole purpose is. And I know in this era, in this time, a lot of people don't take the time to really get educated. Most of the people want the answers. They want to know the how-tos, not the why-tos. But over and over and over, and I'll keep preaching this, it's more important to know the whys, not just the hows. And the internet is not short of individuals telling you the hows to do something, but they're not sharing the whys. And a lot of times they don't even know the whys. That's why they can't share why they're doing it. They just share how they're doing it. And it's funny because we had Alejandro Blue on our last interview, right? 3-hour interview, 23 years old, been a part of 7 intercontinentals. Everybody, all the big teams in Mexico know this 23-year-old boy. He has no parents. You know what I'm saying? He's the breadwinner. That's what he talked about in his interview. He take care of his whole family from competing at 23 years old. Those are the stories I like to share. Those are the stories. You got a 23-year-old boy. He talked about in that interview how he passed up a full scholarship to study automotive engineering in Germany. He had a full scholarship to go to Germany to study automotive engineering. He told his father, God rest his soul, he passed away, Jose Blue, one of the only men to win a Golden Rooster back to back. He told his father, I want to do chickens. But he said in that interview, hey, I'm going to do this engineering thing to make you proud of me. Jose Blue said, you're not doing that for me. You're doing that for you. Chickens is my thing. If you want to go do engineering, go do it. Alejandro said, no, I want to do chickens. He said, okay, let me see if you really want to do it. And he said within that first day or so, he knew exactly when he turned down the scholarship. That's the kind of stuff I like to share. That can actually resonate with somebody out there that's young or may not be young. They may be older. You know, they may be thinking about taking a particular job for the money, for the benefits, but they know they're not going to be happy. There's individuals out there that want to do game foul for a living, but all I hear is guys say, there's no money in game foul. There's no money. Well, it just depends. First of all, it depends on how much money you need. Everybody don't need to make $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, but it's ways. And I bring individuals on to show you that it is money in it. It can be done. So don't let nobody convince you that your dream is not possible. Your dream is possible. You can do game foul for a living. I'm not saying you can't do it tomorrow, but you can start today working on in a direction to get you there to get you to that point where you can. You may have to downsize the house you live in. You might can't drive a monster truck with an $800 monthly payment on it. You might got to drive a used vehicle that's paid for. You know what I'm saying? You might can't eat out as much, but you're living your dream. You never know. I know guys in game foul that make a lot of money competing and breeding. I do personally. I know a lot of successful game foul breeders. I know a lot of unsuccessful game foul breeders. But what's most importantly is I know so many that have the potential to be greater than what they are. That's what I do know. I know more people that have the potential to be greater than what they are. Sometimes they just need a little guidance. They need a little encouragement. They need some education. And they just need somebody to believe and say, hey, dude, I'm going to show you somebody that done it, that was in your same situation, and they done it. That's what I'm getting fulfilled from. That's the thing that resonates with me. If I can do a interview and it can resonate with somebody out there who's been working a job that pays his bills and all that, but he want to really do game foul, doing game foul for a living is a possibility. Maybe not just maybe not winning off of derbies. That may not be possible. I mean, I don't know. It is. I'm telling you it is, because I interview a lot of people that do. They definitely can live off of what they're winning in derbies. But it's other ways to do it. You know, talking to an individual, and I'm like, listen, dude, you know, and a good friend of mine in Puerto Rico, Chino, I always tell him, I say, listen, you know, it's so many individuals that are so absolutely against selling foul. I don't have no opinion about that. Okay, you don't want to sell foul? Don't sell them. But don't cry about not selling foul and then crying about, you know, being able to worrying about how much it is to feed these chickens. You know what I'm saying? I mean, sell a few chickens just to pay for if you got good foul, sell a few to pay the feed bill. What's wrong with that? Like, why is that demonized? We were raised a whole generation making them feel like they were a piece of crap if they made any money off of game foul. What's wrong with selling foul? I don't see nothing wrong with it. I see something wrong with selling trash, but that don't just apply with game foul. That apply with anything. You know, that's like a used car salesman selling a bunch of bad cars. That's bad. Ain't nothing wrong with selling used cars, but you can't have a whole lot full of lemons. It's a difference. So individuals out there, you know, is many, many different ways. I think a lot of times the loudest voices in the community, to me, are not the most effective. I think a lot of individuals or platforms are just so self-serving. Like they're posting stuff to get likes. They're posting stuff just to sell stuff. Like they're not giving any value back to the community. And you know the sad part about it is the market typically rewards the person that contributes the least. Listen to what I just said and please post in the comment section if you agree. The market typically rewards the person that contribute the least. The market rewards the person the most that gives back the least. You got individuals, the market is supporting these individuals, and they giving nothing back to the community at all. Nothing. They don't share any educational content. They don't do anything. All they do is bleed the sport like a leech. And I'll be honest, dude, it is frustrating to me to see it. It is frustrating. When you take a guy like me, now I pretty much have a whole studio in here. Professional mixing boards, mics, microphone, lighting system, cameras, laptops, all of this now, and it all came out of my pocket. It all came from me. Nobody donated none of this stuff to me. Nobody even offered to donate nothing to me. But you'll have individuals coming in sport that gave nothing and people tripping over them to support them. Giving and giving and giving to them. That's to me, it does get frustrating. I'm like, dang, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It really makes me scratch my head. And I'm just like that. I always say to myself, that's not right. I started a YouTube channel. You can support our Journey to the Pit YouTube channel for less than $5 a month. You know how many people that I got that subscribe to the YouTube to support the Journey to the Pit YouTube channel? 32 people. 32 people. 32. These interviews help thousands upon thousands of people. And it's only 32 people that's willing to give Journey to the Pit less than $5 a month. But they'll watch the interviews all the time. They get all kinds of benefits from the interviews and everything. But I can't get them to give less than $5 a month to support the channel. Now y'all see why sometimes it gets a little frustrating, but I don't get discouraged. I keep on doing them. I buy more equipment. I buy better laptops. I pay monthly. This is my 4th software that I'm using. I pay for my software every month to use the software. This is my 4th different company. Because when I find something better, I change and go to another. It might be a little bit more expensive, but you know what? If it's going to make the interviews better, I buy it. Never asked for $1. But like I say, the market, all the ways it seems like, support the individuals the most that gives the least. So again, let's move on from that. But guys, with these interviews, we're going to keep on pumping them out. If y'all guys just chimed in, we have, and I put the post picture up, and it is weird because only two people recognize the individual that I just showed in the picture. I just showed the individual in the picture and asked y'all guys, do y'all know who this person is? And only 2 people commented. I'm going to show it again. Let me know. Y'all know who that is? Y'all know who that is? Yeah. We got them locked in. And this interview is not going to be about boasting and bragging. It's going to be an educational one like always. Yeah, we got it. We got them locked in. That's right, Caesar. The master bootmaker, Don Miguel. The master bootmaker, Don Miguel. We got him locked in. We did a 45-minute video chat, mic check and video check last night. And we'll be having them. That's going to be a bilingual interview. Yeah, I see we got more people checking in. Commenting. It looks like more people know. If you know that individual, if you know that individual that I just showed up on the screen, post in the comment section if you know that individual. But for the ones that don't know him, that's Mr. Don Miguel, one of the most a master bootmaker. And he's going to come on his show and share his journey. He's not just going to talk about boots. Like I told him last night, I want to talk about his whole journey, how he got into it, his struggles. How did he get to where he's at, to being so great? He got and he runs a legitimate. This is the thing about him. He runs a legitimate business. I think he has like 11 full-time employees. I mean, real employees, just like a business. Like he said, they pay taxes and everything. He has like 11 or could be more, but I think 11 employees, on the book employees, not just operating out of his garage and paying cash. He has like really a full-time legitimate business. I got to see his shop last night where the boots are made. It's phenomenal. We talked about who runs his social media. It's a family, basically a family business. His son was a part of the mic check last night because his son speaks some English. Brian, that's awesome, Brian. Well, you'll get to hear from the individual that made some of the boots that y'all guys have either seen, have competed against, and some of y'all guys have actually lost against them. And some have won against them. But it's going to be awesome to have him on the show. It's going to be awesome to have him on the show. We have Chuma Siller that's coming on this coming Wednesday. Again, in the top 10 handlers in Mexico, work for multiple teams, compete all throughout Mexico. We're going to have him coming on the show. He's also a veterinarian as well. We had the other interview a couple weeks ago with the veterinarian from Mexico, and we talked about all the common diseases and challenges and things you can do, and what's the causes of a lot of this stuff, of the most common things that we deal with as game fowl breeders. All this information is so powerful. So powerful. The confusing part sometimes is the desire for individuals to literally sit down and watch it. Like they don't have a long attention span. You know what I mean? And it is easier for them. It's kind of like Jeff Harris said earlier, that so many people want to take shortcuts. Well, I agree with him 100%, because many individuals would rather, instead of sitting down and watching a 2+ hour interview with the veterinarian, going over all types of game fowl health related issues, from vaccinations, sicknesses, diseases, and viruses, they won't take the time to get the answer from a veterinarian. They would rather go to a Facebook group and make a post. Oh, my bird has a rattle. What should I do for it? Well, how about watching an interview with the veterinarian? The veterinarian is going to tell you what to do for it. But 2 hours is too long for them. They would rather make a post in a group and have 95 different answers in a comment section, and they don't even know if any of that stuff worked. Not only that, they don't even know if the person making a comment even used what he's suggesting. Think about that. That's what I'm saying. Eloy, that's right. The translation is on point. That's what's making these interviews so powerful. Dreamer 24, yeah, there's a ton of people in Mexico that make boots. A ton. There's a whole bunch of people making boots, just like there's a whole bunch of people breeding game fowl. It's a bunch of everything. But bringing him on, like I say, if y'all guys, individuals out there watching, I don't know who needs to hear this. If you just try to do what everybody else is doing, you just gonna get what they doing. You just gonna get what results they have, and that's even if they're telling you the truth, because everybody's so quick to share information that they really have no knowledge of. They heard it somewhere. I see guys regurgitating information off of 1 hour interviews instead of suggesting an individual watch the interview. They won't share the interview. They won't say, hey, listen, buddy, this is something I learned from an interview. Here's the interview. They won't do that, but they'll share all the knowledge that they learned from that interview. They'll share it in the comment section like it all came from them, and it was stuff that they didn't even know. Yep. Yeah. Ivan, that's awesome, dude. Yes, sir, Dreamer. Yes, is a lot of great people out there. And we try to interview as many as we can. And just like bootmakers, we can interview more than one. You know, just like breeders, we can, because everybody don't do things the same. Everybody got their own techniques and their own philosophies and their own concepts, and that's why it's so powerful to bring different people in to give you different perspectives and viewpoints and experience levels. Yeah, that's why it's so powerful. Yep. I appreciate y'all guys in the comment sections, man. Keep bringing them comments in, and hopefully we can. Yes, sir, Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. We have Filipinos as well. We got some. We working on some guys now from the Philippines to talk about some history of the American breeders that went to the Philippines and did great. We're working with somebody now to get them to come on the show and share share some of their direct experiences with some of the great American cockers that went to the Philippines and did great back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. So we're working on that. It's always, see, the thing about these interviews, guys, it takes more, and this is what people don't understand. It takes more than me just hopping on here uh one time a week at 8 o'clock. It's so much stuff that's going on. Like I told you, I'm talking to guys right now. When I started this, I was talking to Don Miguel while we were talking. It's a whole bunch of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that make these interviews happen. See, if it was just me, I could just pop my head on here anytime I feel like it. But you got to worry about, you got to, first of all, get these people, find out these people are a good fit for what we're trying to accomplish here, because we're not bringing people on to brag and boast about all they wins and how many 55 trophies they won and blah, blah. I call it blah, 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 blah. We don't bring people on for that. And if you watched all the interviews, we spend very little time. We share their successes to give y'all confirmation that these folks are verified, but the show is not about that. The show is not about how great they are in this and how great they are in that, and they got the perfect this and the perfect that. They the masters at this and they the masters at that. Yeah, if y'all guys know, we watch interviews. The interviews are never like that. Never. And they won't ever be like that. Not at all. Not at all. We're in our own lane, brothers and sisters. We're in our own lane. Dreamer 24, I'm glad you like that interview. Yes, and like I say, guys, there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we try to make happen. I don't think y'all guys realize, and Peter's starting to realize. Peter's starting to realize how much work goes into putting these interviews together. You know what I'm saying? Peter realized how much work it takes to make these interviews happen. It's a lot of back and forth, a lot of testing, a lot of working around schedules. Everybody have lives. So, you still got your own life that you're trying to live. It's a lot. It's a lot. And just think about that. Peter has learned this in his 3 interviews. I think he Flacco, the veterinarian, Jose Blue, 3 interviews. Guys, I've been at this for 7 years. 7 years, all by myself. He realized by the second interview, man, this is a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of work. That's why I ask y'all guys, hey, show a brother some love. Show a brother some support. Come and support me over at my YouTube channel. You can join for less than $5 a month. Less than $5 a month. I greatly appreciate, all of the pats on the back and the accolades and all that kind of stuff. I greatly appreciate all of that. But I would even appreciate it even more if some of y'all guys will support us over there on the YouTube channel. I'm going to post the link. I'm going to post the link in the comment section. And I would greatly appreciate if y'all guys can say, hey, you can join for as little as $5 a month, all the way up to $25 a month, whatever you feel. You might not feel like, hey, I don't want to give Jim nothing. Well, I understand that. Okay, no problem. I just posted a link in the comments section um, where y'all guys can join. You can join a YouTube channel for less than $5 a month to show me some love. I put a lot of work in these interviews. And this is the deal. I'm not doing the interviews for me. I'm doing the interviews for y'all. For y'all. Because I know these people already. Like I say, I have Don Miguel's phone number in my cell phone. I can video chat him anytime I want. All of these people that we're interviewing, I can talk to these people anytime I want. I don't need to have them come on the show to share 2 or 3 hours of knowledge. If it was about me, I could just get it all from them myself. Every last one of them I call, they'll all pick up the phone. And if they don't pick it up, they'll call me back and they'll answer any question that I have. I'm just saying. So show your brother some love. Come on over, join the YouTube channel. You can join as little as less than $5 a month, $4 or something a month. You can give me less than $5 a month, and I don't even get the whole 5. YouTube take 30% off the top. So I don't even get the whole 5. I get like about $2 and something, $3. Show your brother some love. Y'all love these interviews. I love the kind words, but I would even love more if y'all guys would join our YouTube channel. Show us some support. I love to do these farm visits and all this, but y'all guys don't understand. Everybody wants me to share the content from a farm visit, but I paid for the farm visit out of my pocket. I didn't go there to buy no birds. I'm not buying no American fowl from them. I'm not going there to do no business. I'm not making no money from that farm visit, but everybody wants me to share the content from the farm visit. Show your brother some love. It'd be crickets in the room when I say that, huh? Listen, guys, I post a link in the comments section. Man, y'all guys can come on over. Y'all can join the YouTube channel. Less than $5 a month. If you really want to show us some love, you can join for less than $10 a month. Y'all guys give it all to Disney, to Netflix, to Hulu, and yes, that is entertainment. But I think Journey to the Pit bring just as much or maybe even more value than Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon Prime. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all all giving them $10 a month with no problem. I'm asking y'all, hey, y'all can't shoot a brother $5 a month? You telling me you can't give me $5 and you can give Hulu 10 or 25, Amazon, Disney Channel, Netflix. Come on now. I'm just saying. Yes, sir, brother. I appreciate you from Hawaii, man. I greatly appreciate you, man. Like I say, we only got 32 members that is supporting us right now. And hey, we got literally, thousands of views. The interviews are being watched, 40,000 watch hours a month, but only got 32 members in our YouTube channel showing us support. 32 people out of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people watching these interviews. Thousands and thousands of watch time hours, and only 32 people is supporting us. So it is what it is. Carla, yes, we are going to do a Flacco part 2. We got Flacco part 2 coming up. We got Tammy Shives that's going to be coming up part 2. We got Alejandro Blue. He's going to be part 2. Yeah. So we got a lot of part 2s. It's so crazy that I told Peter, I say, dude, it's almost to the point to where it's like I'm going to start having to do the Journey to the Pit interview 2 times a week. Bilingual, Mexico, and then the States. Because I have just as many American breeders as now that I have Mexican competitors to interview. So it's almost like we need to do, I said, it's getting to the point where we have so many people lined up that it's like we got guests lined up to next year. And I'm like, sometimes I'm like thinking, man, I would like to interview them quicker than that. You know what I mean? But it's like we only do the show 1 day a week. So it's like, wow, we only do it 1 day a week. So and it wouldn't be hard if the interviews weren't live, because we can pre-record, a whole week. We can pre-record 10 interviews in a whole week and just schedule them all out. But I know y'all guys like the live interviews. So yeah. So that's what we do. Brian, when am I coming back to Kentucky? I don't know, dude. Honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know when I'm coming back to Kentucky. Yep, I really don't know when I'm coming back to Kentucky. Yeah, some other places on my list that I will be going, but I'm not sure when I'm coming back to Kentucky. I spent a lot of time in Kentucky. A lot of time. I visit Kentucky more than any other state. I visit states from East Coast all the way over to the West, but I spent a lot of time in Kentucky. I do want to go out to uh, Tennessee. I want to head out to Tennessee. It's some other places in Georgia that I'm going to plan on visiting. Louisiana, Mississippi, some places in Alabama, uh, Mexico. Um, yeah, those are some places. And I've been to all these places already, but yeah, those are some places. But I'm definitely going to Louisiana. Definitely going to Tennessee, um, Mississippi. I didn't spend as much time in Missouri as I wanted to. So I think Missouri would be a place I would like to go back and visit out in Missouri. Um, it's a good place in Arkansas. Texas, definitely, definitely, definitely. But Texas is like its own country, man. When you go into Texas, man, it's like they be like, I live in Texas, but literally you can be like going to Texas and a person can literally be 20 hours away, 20 hours away. I think they said like Texas from the furthest points in Texas, it would take you like 20 some hours to travel, which is just mind boggling to me that you can literally drive 20 some hours and still be in the same state. That's just crazy. Yeah, that's just crazy. But we got some great interviews lined up. I mean, some great interviews. But I think these bilingual interviews been hitting hard. They've been hitting hard, and we're so excited about the hospitality and the open arms that Journey to the Pit has been getting in Mexico. I mean, we have had some really, really great success in Mexico. Yeah. El Paso to East Texas, 12 hours. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, man. Texas is so big. Texas is so big, and the climate is all over the place from dirt, tumbleweeds to freezing cold. The climate is all over the place. But yeah, it's some great. What y'all guys think in this day and time in a new era? And I don't get offended, but post in the comments what y'all guys think about who do you think is breeding as a state? Who do you think is breeding what state you think some of the best game fowl is coming out of? Post in the comment section what state you think the best game fowl is coming out of. What state? And also, what state do you think it used to be versus what state it is now? Let me know in the comment section. Another place I'm definitely going 100% is Hawaii. I'm definitely going to Hawaii. I'm definitely going to Hawaii. I have some hosts out there that invited me to Hawaii. So I'll be out there staying with them. They're going to be my host when I come out to Hawaii. So yeah, I hope to see as many people that I can see and meet in Hawaii because Journey to the Pit has a large following in Hawaii, which we're very, very blessed to have that. Okay, we got guy. All right, we chiming in now. So guys is saying in the comment section, I asked, what state you think is producing some of the best game fowl now? So we guys are chiming in already. We got Kentucky, we got North Carolina, we got Louisiana and Mississippi. Hold on, Dreamer 24. Which one is it? Is it Louisiana or Mississippi? We got Washington checking in. So answer the question, guys. What y'all shy? There's plenty of people watching this live stream. What state do you think is producing some of the best game foul? Both. Okay, Dreamy. So you said Louisiana and Mississippi is producing some of the best game foul. That's a great one. What are y'all guys thinking? All right, we got 4. You telling me y'all guys are in game foul, and y'all guys don't have an opinion about what state is producing some of the best game foul? Think about that. I'm asking y'all. Now, if I ask y'all a question about pointing, y'all will blow the comment section up. I'm asking all y'all guys out there watching, y'all guys don't have an opinion. What state do y'all guys think is producing some of the best game foul? I didn't ask about the weather. I asked about what state do y'all guys think is producing some of the best game foul? Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, Mississippi, Louisiana. Newton, what's up, brother? I appreciate your support. Guys, this is Newton. This is one of our supporters on our YouTube channel. I like to recognize him. I greatly appreciate your support, brother. Greatly appreciate your support. Guys are saying Western North Carolina. Brian says a lot of good breeders in Kentucky. Missouri. They say Missouri. Guys, the legend is saying right on the border of Texas. Now, what part of the border? The south border, the north border? What part of the border in Texas? Oklahoma? Mexico. Eugene said Mexico. Yeah, I can tell y'all guys now. It's like Alejandro Blue said last week. Mexico ain't no joke. Mexico ain't no joke. Bobby Fairchild said the same thing. He said, if you think you can just pop up from the States and think you will go down and dominate Mexico, you got another thing coming. Alejandro said the same thing. Act, what's up, brother? I greatly appreciate your support. It's another one of our YouTube channel supporters. Another one of our YouTube channel supporters, guys. Like I said before, if you want to support us over there on YouTube, on our channel, you can support us for less than $5 a month. You can just click that link that I just posted in the comment section. Click that link and come and show us some love. We can give y'all guys 7 years of interviews for free. Come and show us some love. You give Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime love every month. You watch all these interviews and you won't give us $5. I don't think that's fair. California. Oh, no, you can't sleep on California now. You can't sleep on California. Oklahoma. Far West Texas. That's right. Yeah, Brian, it's always tough when you go out your comfort zone. There's some tough ones coming out of Carolinas, too. Some tough stuff coming out of Carolinas and some tough stuff coming out of Kentucky. But I think a lot of those states that used to dominate, I don't know if those states are so dominant now. What do y'all guys think? Do y'all guys think the states that were dominating, 30 years ago, do you think those same states are still dominating? I'm surprised. We got all these people watching, and we only got about 10 opinions. Southeast New Mexico. Yeah, they got some tough competition out there as well. Yep. And guys, just think about this. We got all these comments coming in, and all these different states got totally different landscapes, different climates, and different everything. And all these guys are thinking that it's still some of the best coming out of all these different places. So that tells you it ain't one way to do it. Brian said it's changing every year. So you don't think, so nobody's now, y'all guys don't think one climate is holding the one state is holding the reign supreme. Yeah, Rick. I know, brother. Mm-hmm. Yeah. California is tough. California is tough. Yeah, we got a lot of people. Come on, chime in. Louisiana. I'll be out in Louisiana. I'm gonna make a visit to Louisiana. Been out to Missouri, been out to Oklahoma, been in the Carolinas, been in Kentucky, been in Texas, been in California, been in Arkansas. Yeah. Tell me this. Back in the day, the South was like reign supreme on producing some of the best game foul. Do y'all guys feel as though that's still the same? Do y'all guys feel as though um, that the South is still reign supreme? Yeah, I'm just reading. I'm in a chat with Don Miguel and Peter. They get to talk the Spanish, and I gotta constantly copy and paste to my translator. I get it done though. I get it done. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, they joking in the picture. Peter's saying that when he gets Don Miguel's age, he want to have hair just like him. I'm like, hey, join a club. I do too. I do too. Because Don Miguel got a head full of hair. Yeah. So come on, guys, get in the comment section. What y'all thinking? What are y'all guys thinking? Huh? Hey, Hawaii is tough too. Yeah, I think Philippines is dominating in that long. Philippines is dominating in that long. This is a good one, Brian. Hey, I gotta go to the Bayou Club. I gotta go to the Bayou Club and have some nachos outside the Bayou Club. They not open, but I gotta go out there so I can have me some nachos in the Bayou Club, so I can sit out front the Bayou Club and have some nachos. That's too funny. That is too funny. Yep. All righty. Yeah. Yeah, that long, man. That long in the Philippines, they dominant. You know, you go to these places, and I think Mexico, man, I think those guys down in Mexico has mastered that short. That SK, I think them guys down in Mexico has mastered that. I mean, it's like Alejandro was saying that, hey, back in the day, the Americans used to dominate down there. Not anymore. I mean, those guys down in Mexico learn. I guess they got tired of giving away their money. Alejandro was like, we had to learn because they were just coming here taking our money. But like Bobby Fairchild said, it ain't like that today. It ain't like that today. And granted, a lot of the foul down there, were American genetics. But we all know it takes more than genetics to win. We all know it takes more than genetics to win. That's right, Brian. That's all they do. They done mastered it down there. Just like the Filipinos done mastered that long, woo, that LK. Filipinos ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. Okay, JSD, even if you from one state and you using it from another state, so name the state that you getting it from. That's the answer to the question. Name the state that you're getting it from. I don't know, man. I think those old man winners, that harsh climate make the foul better. I don't think it make them worse. I think it actually makes them stronger, healthy. That's right. So Kentucky. So JSD, you talking about Kentucky then? Mm-hmm. That's right. Yes, sir. Yeah, Jay, wonderful. You're right, man. I'll be coming out to Louisiana. I'm gonna make a trip out to Louisiana. Um, I'll be coming out to Louisiana for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing about Louisiana, y'all raise a variety. The Japs, the ASILs, the Spanish, and the American. Y'all got some great American breeders out there in Louisiana as well. In Louisiana as well. Y'all definitely, I would say Louisiana will be known more for American and the Japs. American and the Japs. Spanish too, ASIL too, but I think Louisiana is definitely known for the Japs and American fowl for sure. Yep. Well, you know what, Dreamer? I think, well, I don't know if it's just the rules that has benefited the ASILs. I think it's also to the style. I think the style of the ASIL crosses is what's the greatest benefit. I don't think it's so much the rules is catering to an ASIL crosses. I just think the style of the ACL crosses has been their greatest asset. And but Clark talked about that. Um, Clark talked about that during his interview. But again, just like down in Mexico, how they neutralize guys coming into Mexico taking their money, they're starting being able to neutralize those ACL crosses as well. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time because some of the top guys down there, uh, their whole farms are not just filled up with ACL crosses, so they still having a lot of success with the straight American fowl. Yep, that's right. That's right. And Dreamer, that's what I'm talking about. That's what Clark talked about as well. They changed his style, and Clark talked about, and that's just not just now, but Clark talked about it was starting to be done, changing the style of how they were releasing and sparring birds back. This been going on for a little while. I think he said about 7 to 8 years. And again, like I told guys, I mean, don't never focus on trends. Focus on changing your selection process to neutralize the trends. And a lot of guys down there are doing that. A lot of guys down there are doing that. Those ACL crosses are not as successful as they used to be. And I can tell you the longer they go, the worse that they're going to get. Why? Because again, just like every other trend, if you get in a trend, you better get in at the beginning. Because the longer the trend stays a trend, that's why they call it a trend, because once it becomes a trend, the quality of anything just goes down. You know, you have everybody in the world breeding these ACL crosses, and we all know everybody's not knowledgeable enough and experienced enough to create quality fowl. We know that. That's a given. So just imagine now you got everybody breeding it. It's going to start flooding the market with some trash, just like every other trend. Yep, just like every other trend. Yep. So Yi Ling, I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm not going to say. I think I just got a different. I'm not saying I disagree with you. I just got a different view on that. I think I got a different view on that because, again, a lot of the genetics that's doing great in these other countries are coming from places that do have four climates. Do have four climates because, again, it's more than just the genetics. It's also the health and the quality. Is kind of like Tammy Shives say, having fowl that can pass the stress test. You know, it's when you got fowl that can never have a bad day going through four seasons, it's a lot different than having a fowl that never have a bad day, but they only experience one season. So that's what I think. That's right. JSD, you exactly right. Flavor of the month, just like it is in Game Dog. That's right. That's right. Henny, I know, brother. But listen, let me tell you, man, these platforms are not nice to me. That's why I always ask y'all guys to tag somebody in the comment section or share the video because I put up the Alejandro Blue post yesterday and YouTube removed it. They said because I was spamming, because I was asking for people to share. So now I can't even ask y'all guys to share a video, and I got to screenshot it. It said that I was asking people to share and share the post, and and Facebook now consider that spam. You believe that? I put up that post yesterday. Y'all don't see it because it's been removed. I put up a post yesterday to share the interview, and they removed it. They said that that's considered spam because I'm asking people to share a post. But I have to ask people to share a post because y'all guys won't share it on your own. That's so frustrating. But I guess I got to stop asking people to share because they removed it. Yes, sir. Yeah, Henny, that's what we're gonna keep doing, brother. That's what we're gonna keep doing. Like I said, guys, I appreciate all the kind words, but we would appreciate it even more if y'all guys would show us a little support over there on our YouTube channel. You can join as little as $5 a month. That will show us some support. We constantly give y'all guys great free information that many of y'all guys would never have access to. Many of y'all guys would never be able to get these individuals on the phone for 2 hours and pick their brain. We bringing it to y'all guys live. We ask y'all guys to show us a little support and a little love by just joining our YouTube channel. I put the link in the comment section for y'all guys to go. You can join as little as $5, man. That's all we asking. You can join for $9. Wherever your heart desires. I think we bring just as much value as the streaming services do. Yep. But yeah, so I can't even post a post and ask people to share because it will be removed because now it's against community community standards and it's considered spam. Yeah. Thank you, Henny. I greatly appreciate it, man. We got 3 tiers. You can join under $5. Is $4.99, $9.99, or $24.99. Whatever support. I mean, we greatly appreciate any support that y'all guys show. Again, we appreciate the kind words and the support, but it will help us even more if y'all guys join the YouTube channel. We got, again, the interviews are being watched 40,000 hours a month, 60,000 views a month, and we got 32 supporters. 32 people. Thousands of people are benefiting from these interviews, and only 32 people, feel as though it's worth us getting $5 a month. And it ain't even 5 because YouTube take 30% off the top. So I just wanted to throw that out there. If y'all guys wanted to show us some love. But yeah. So it seems like a lot of guys are holding back. They don't want to share what they think the best fowler from. Everybody does. It seems like we got the same 10 people. I would think that everybody had an opinion. Thank you, Brian. I greatly appreciate that, brother. I greatly appreciate it. Whatever it is, if it's the $4.99 plan, hey, I appreciate it. Doesn't matter. We appreciate everything. Jose Mior, hey, brother. Jose Mior is also he's a supporter of our YouTube channel. I greatly appreciate his support. He's been watching Journey to the Pit interviews, and he was Jose Mayor. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, but Jose was the one that suggested that we bring somebody on to educate us about how to relocate to Mexico, how to buy property in Mexico, and stuff like that. And he joined the channel, and he joined as a supporter. and we brought Peter on, and we gave him great information. You know what I mean? Peter went through the whole process. I think that was probably like a 2-hour interview, and Peter came on and shared all the information that y'all guys would need if you ever dreamed about relocating to Mexico, starting a farm in Mexico, going over, crossing over the border. Peter shared all of that kind of stuff, dealing with real estate agents, dealing with lawyers, the type of land that's there, which is belongs to the people, but also belong to the government. Some type of the way they got, excuse me, down there from old back in the day where particular lots of lands didn't have titles to them. And if it didn't have a title, you can claim it. Peter went through all of that. And again, that was all of a result. That interview was a result of Jose. He's been a supporter ever since of the channel. We greatly appreciate him. But he suggested that interview and to share that knowledge, and we did. And the interview has done great. Yes. Henny Henny, we greatly appreciate it. He just joined. We greatly appreciate that support, brother. You did it correctly. You just joined. You're a new member. And like I say, Jose, I hope Jose also said he think it's better than the magazine. If you ask me, yeah, I think, you know what? I think it's different. I have my heart set on doing a magazine. I have my heart set on doing a magazine. Y'all guys know I had announced it like 6 months ago or something like that, that I wanted to do the magazine. And it's something that I wanted to do. I just got a packaging. I just bought a bunch of old Gamecock magazines, because that's what I want to do. I do want to do a magazine. I bought 5 issues. I bought 5 issues from a guy. And I would love to do a magazine. The Journey to the Pit, I think, is extremely effective because everything we can do it 4 times, 4 or 5, we like this live stream. We can do it so many more times a month. But I think the magazine brings great value as well. Because now I'm actually literally going to be reading magazines from 1973. This magazine is from 1973. Yeah, all these issues are from 1973. So this magazine right here is literally 50 years old. It's more than 50 years old because it's December issue. So it's more than 50 years old. So to be able to hold this in my hand, a 50-year-old magazine is, to me, is very powerful. And again, like I say, I would love to do a magazine. God willing, nobody never knows what's in the future and what God has in plan, in play. One thing that I can say is just imagine if I was able to be able to take over, or was able to get the rights to the Gamecock. Look at what I've done with Journey to the Pit. Just imagine if I had the rights to the Gamecock, what I can make of it. Mixing the old with the new, what I can make of it. Taking the experience that I have had building Journey to the Pit from the dirt, from the ground up. From Journey to the Pit was started off of a used phone I bought off of Amazon. It had a cracked screen, to look at where we are today. Imagine what I could have done with this magazine. So, if y'all guys know the people who own the Gamecock and y'all can put in a good word for me, hey, reach out. If y'all guys know the owner of Grit and Steel, reach out to him. Put in a good word for me. I think I have done very well for the community with Journey to the Pit. I think I have done very well with Journey to the Pit. I think I can do some great things with that magazine. Because the biggest challenge, and I got a lot. I got the Filipino magazine sitting right there that I'm looking at right now. I would love to do a magazine. But I got to do Journey to the Pit because at this present time, I put a lot of effort into it. I found the printers. I found the magazine designers. I got roundabout pricing. Obviously, this magazine was only $8, $1 a copy, $8 for the year. Obviously, especially with inflation. Magazines today are not cheap. The shipping is extremely expensive. And that's another thing with these magazines. The shipping is extremely expensive. For me to ship, it costs me about $9 to ship one bottle of Wormer. To ship one bottle of Wormer, it costs about $9, from $9 to $11 to ship one bottle of Wormer. To ship this magazine, I think it's like $7. To ship the magazine, the shipping, not the envelope, just the shipping. It's like $7 to ship a magazine. I think it might be a little bit more expensive than that. Ain't that something? $7. So anybody in the comment section, guys, I even thought, what do y'all guys think about this? What do y'all guys, and I know it's not many people watching, but what do y'all guys think about me doing? Because I think I got enough articles to do one magazine. Because that was my biggest challenge. I couldn't get individuals to write articles. But what do y'all guys think? What do y'all guys think about me doing a one and done, not a one and done, but a runoff, like a one issue magazine, just to give y'all guys a feel of what it would be like. What do y'all guys think about that? That's right. See, Henny said he sells eggs. It's like $30 to $40 a ship. That's what I'm saying. It is literally mind-boggling to me. It's literally mind-boggling to me. The shipping costs. I'm like, and let me tell you, yeah, every 3 months. Okay, I'm getting some good feedback. So y'all guys think that I should do design one magazine? Would y'all guys purchase advertisement? Because the subscription, the cost for the buying the magazine is not going, I have to sell ads to pay, because I'm telling you, I was amazed at how much it costs to design one issue. One guy designing one issue, one guy was one of the designer, like the design one issue was like $1,800 to just design it, not print it, to design it. And that was for 64 pages. It was like $1,800. And then you got to pay for the magazine to be printed. And then you got to pay $7, $8 to ship it. You know what I'm saying? So what do y'all guys think? Do y'all guys think, no, Randy, that's shipping in the States. That's not even overseas. I don't even know what it would be to ship something overseas, the magazine overseas. But I'm saying that's just a shipping in-house. Yes. Would y'all guys advertise? How many in the comment section will place an ad in the magazine if we able to do one issue, just to see how it works out, like to do a test run? And the reason why I say that I'm open to do that, because I would not feel comfortable taking somebody's money for a yearly subscription and not be confident that I can produce enough magazines for a year. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all guys think? Well, Yeling, this is the thing. Yeling, the thing about the cost is I couldn't come up with a true exact cost, because in order for them to give you an exact cost, they have to have all of the material. Like I would have to have all the ads already. I would have to have all the articles. I would have to have everything for us to give us a solid, firm cost. One of the designers, this was cool too. I met a designer, magazine designer, that her father competes in game fouling in the Philippines. I asked, I said, are you in the game fouling? She was just a magazine designer. That was her, when I contacted her, she was just a magazine designer. And I told her, well, this is what the magazine's about. I really would like to kind of maybe try to work with somebody who understands this industry and this. And then she's like, oh, I totally understand the industry. I was like, you do? She's like, yeah, my father's involved in it. I was like, wow. She's like, yeah, I was raised in that industry. I don't participate in it, but I was raised in the industry. And I know exactly how the magazine should look. Yep. Yep. You know what? This is what I hear a lot, and I think Dreamer, to a certain extent, I think you do have a point to a certain extent. Um, I think magazines could be of the past if they just like everything else. See, when you in a saturated market and you're trying to create a magazine in a saturated market, it makes it even more difficult. I know magazines now that I still read that's like the Rod Report. I only read this magazine. I mean, I get it. I used to go to Barnes Nobles and get it, but the magazine's like 25 bucks. But in the magazines, it has like the stuff for the rich and famous, the houses, the cars, the services, and all that kind. And it's an awesome, cool magazine just to sit there and just to look at stuff. But that magazine is 25 bucks. That magazine is still on the shelf today. And it's $24.95. And it's still on the shelf today. So you wouldn't be making any money off of the magazine. The advertisement is actually the thing that will allow the magazine to be possible. Um, and I know with the magazines that have went out of business, it is difficult. But I think between a combination of combining Journey to the Pit online presence with the magazine, I think will help the magazine be successful. That's what I think the differentiatory from all the past magazines. They only had a magazine presence. The Gamecock, if you went on their Facebook, they will post like every 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So I would think Randy Richardson. Okay. Randy Richardson, if you can send me I know you're on YouTube. Let me see if I can put my email address. Darn, there's no way I can message you. Let me see. Yeah, Dreamer, pictures always sell. Let me see if I can do a chat with you, Randy Richardson. Let me see here. Randy, I'm going to try to message you now. I know you're on YouTube. Mm, let me see if this works. Nope, that didn't work. Let me see here. Oh, see? See, Jose said the Facebook page that Gamecock had was a fake page. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, see? Pictures always sell for sure. Randy, if you're still in here, comment if you're still in here and let me know if you follow me on Facebook or something so you can send me a message. I definitely would like to talk to you. Ling, I just think it would just be really an extension, not all about making a profit off the magazine, but just being an extension. Okay, Randy, do you follow me on Facebook or anything so you can send me a message and I can shoot you my email address and we can talk from there? Yeah, that'd be great if we can do that. But I think combining uh the Journey to the Pit platform with the magazine, I think that will make it successful. It can make it extremely successful for advertisers. That's 100%. Correct. Extremely successful for advertisers. Yeah, Henny said, there are not though, because countless times I go back and read old Gamecocks and Grit and Steel. Having a physical copy feels better. You're exactly right. To me, it's definitely a market. Okay, Randy, it's Jim Collins. I don't know how. I thought I could. I thought I can chat. Randy, you can send me a thing on YouTube and let me put my there you go, Randy. Randy, I just put my email address in the comment section. So if you can send me an email, I would greatly appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate that. But Randy, yeah, if you can reach out to me, I definitely would like to kind of have a conversation with you. I definitely have a conversation with you. I'm gonna go back to Joseph had a good comment in here. Let's see here. Yeah, but Dreamer, back to what you said, brother. I don't think magazines are a thing of the past. I think again, I think it's possible. I really believe that okay, here's a good comment from Joseph. Joseph said if you keep match reports out of it, you could do it. Animal rights will be all over you, brother. That's what yeah, no, yeah. We wouldn't have any match reports in there. I think we could have results from Mexico in there. I think we can have not only results from Mexico in there, but we can have results from the Philippines in there. And also we can have a cross reference. And it's crazy because Mexico got like they got like 5 magazines. And again, I think the whole premise of the concept of Journey to the Pit, because it's not all about fighting chickens. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel as though the magazine can be successful if we just carbon copy the same concept that we're doing with Journey to the Pit. Because on Journey to the Pit, we don't talk about fighting chickens. You know, like we're not doing interviews on all just all about fighting chickens. You know what I'm saying? So I think it could be a lot of value that we can bring in the magazine. Hmm. Yes, yes, Henny, you're right. Yeah, we couldn't do any live streams and stuff like that. I would love, no telling what Journey to the Pit is going to be in Mexico. That could be a whole nother thing within itself. Journey to the Pit, Mexico. You never know what we'll be able to do with that. Yeah, Dreamer, you might be right. It may or may not be profitable. It might just be a break even. I think it can be profitable. I don't think you can get rich. I don't know about getting rich off of it, but hey, look what I'm doing at Journey to the Pit. I've been doing Journey to the Pit for 7 years and they ain't been making no money off of Journey to the Pit. You see what I'm saying? And I still been doing it for 7 years. Yep, that's right. Yeah, Joseph, another great point. Yes, they were. They were distributed. And I think they still can be distributed just like not at pits, obviously, because we don't have, you know, pits here in the States, but I'm just saying they still can be distributed, I would say, from individuals that sells meds and sell stuff like that. There's a lot of individuals that sell meds and stuff, and they could be a distribution point or feed stores. Even if it's not, I mean, I think since we don't have the pits anymore, I believe the feed stores can be a good distribution point for the magazine. What are y'all guys' thoughts on that? Dreamer, you got valid points on everything, but I just think that's your perspective. The thing about it is people don't like to read. I disagree with that because look at the comment section on social media. And that's the same thing people told me about Journey to the Pit. that it wasn't going to work. People wasn't going to share information and all that kind of stuff and a blah, 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 blah. But look at it now. Some of the same individuals that said it wasn't going to work is people that's interviewing, that got interviewed on it. You see what I'm saying? So what's the irony of that? Some of the same individuals that said Journey to the Pit wasn't going to work are some of the same individuals that we interviewed. How about that? And guys, with that, again, it's not going to be any illegal. You know, we have the right to freedom of speech. We're not going to be posting anything, promoting anything illegal. You know, but I would say, I just believe, you know, I believe a magazine can work. I truly do. There's no reason that a magazine could not work. Yep. And again, I'm not doing this to be rich. It would just be an extension of Journey to the Pit. Yep. And again, the biggest challenge with a magazine is getting people to write articles. That's the biggest challenge. And they don't have to be, everybody's so worried about grammar and all that. Listen, why? This is the thing. Guy was saying, oh, you got to make sure the grammar is correct and this, and that. This is my thing. If the person reading it don't even write proper grammar, how are they going to require you to have proper grammar and they don't even read or write proper grammar? They like, I don't understand that. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. No, Tristan, I don't think it has to be down low. I don't think the magazine has to be hidden. This is why I'm saying that I don't think it has to be hidden. Why would a magazine have to be hidden when every single person in this sport got social media? And it's all open to the public. So why would a magazine have to be hidden? But yet the same people that's in the magazine got a social media channel. I mean, social media presence. You see what I'm saying? So that's just the way I look at it. I don't understand why somebody wouldn't want to be in a magazine, but they already got a Facebook page. They already got a Facebook page. So this is the thing. And the same thing with Journey to the Pit. We're not hiding from anybody because the people that you think you're hiding from already know everything about you. Think about that. So I don't understand why a feed store that profited off of game fowl breeders, but wouldn't want to carry a game fowl magazine, that every person that will buy the game fowl magazine already got a social media presence. Think about that. Just think about it. So it don't have to be on a down low. It don't have to be on a down low. You know, and that was the same thing. Like when I came out and a lot of guys didn't want to do interviews. Oh yeah, Jim, you know, I like to stay low key. I like to stay on a down low. You know, I like to stay low key. I like to stay under the radar. This was all the nonsense that I was hearing. But yet they got a social media presence that's open to the public. They sell birds to strangers. They message people that are strangers. How are you staying under the radar? How are you staying under the radar? You're not staying under the radar. That's a bunch of baloney. Like, literally, who do you think you're hiding from? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything that I post is on public. I'm not hiding from the feds. I'm not hiding from law enforcement. I'm not hiding from animal rights people. They already know everything about me. So what am I hiding? You don't know those people you talking to on social media. You don't know those people that you selling fowl to. You don't know that guy that you sitting next to. So if you're out in the public, you're not under the radar. And if you're on social media, your presence has a bullhorn connected to it. Fact. That's a fact. Exactly, Brian. They already know. They already know. That's right, Tristan. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's why all my listen, all of my posts have always been on public because I understand I can't hide from. I'm not hiding. First of all, I'm not doing anything wrong. Raising game foul and all that kind of stuff is wrong. Nothing's wrong with that. None of that stuff is illegal. We have a right to the First Amendment. We have the right to share historical, educational, and entertainment content. What's wrong with having an entertainment section talking about a show? It's entertainment. It's fantasy. It's novels. It's fiction. It can be printed anonymously. It don't have to have a name on it. But at the end of the day, we're not hiding from the authorities. You're a fool if you think for 2 nanoseconds that the authorities don't know everything about you. If they wanted to come and get you, they could come and get you. They can come and get you. They can come and get me. I'm not hiding from them. I don't poke the bear. I'm not doing anything wrong, but I am not delusional. I'm not running around here thinking I'm flying under the radar and I'm hiding from somebody. Are you kidding me? You think if the feds want to know something about you, they know everything about you. Law enforcement want to know about you, they can know everything about you. Animal rights people, didn't y'all guys see all these undercover videos and all this kind of stuff? Where did that all come from? Huh? Who recorded all those undercover videos? So that's what I'm saying. You're not hiding from nobody. And the same people that go into these buildings and perform in front of all these strangers be the first one to say, oh, no, I'm under the radar. How are you under the radar? I hope those videos showed you're not under no dang radar. Get out of here with that nonsense. Robbie Smith, please reach out to me, brother. Robbie Smith, please reach out. Please reach out to me. I need people to write articles. That's right, Jerry. You exactly right. You exactly right. And see, this is the problem. Guys get the poking the bear, and then they get mad when a bear turn around and bite them. You know what I'm saying? Guys get the poking the bear. Don't poke the bear. But don't think the bear is sniffing you in the woods, and you think the bear don't know you in the woods. Oh, the bear know you in the woods. He know you did. Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. But the feds know everything about all of us. Facebook already admitted that they will cooperate, or they do cooperate with law enforcement. They already know that. That's what I'm saying. They know all of this stuff. I'm not hiding from nobody. I know the feds can come and get me any day of the week. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm not bothering them. I'm not making mockery of them. I'm not constantly on here talking my constitutional rights. I got my constitutional rights. I can do anything I want. It's my constitutional rights. Keep thinking that. And when you in a clanker, then we're going to see about what's going to be your constitutional rights. I'm not trying to go to jail. I don't bother the feds. I'm not making a mockery out of any kind of law enforcement. I don't mockery of the animal rights people. I leave those people alone. I just do my thing and stay in my lane. I'm not trying to bother nobody. But again, I'm not delusional. It's already been an article. Every animal, the biggest animal rights groups, and already wrote articles on Journey to the Pit. So that shows you. They already recorded some of my speeches, like down in Alabama and all that. That's already been recorded. They already recorded, but I wasn't saying anything wrong. I'm not doing anything wrong. Henny, please, I need those articles. I need those articles. Guys, if you can write articles, please reach out to me, because that is the biggest thing in these magazines, is getting content. And that's why I couldn't get a solid price on a magazine, because I didn't have all the content. Yep. Yi-Ling, again, reach out to me, brother. I try to get in the comment section too when I get off of here and see if I can answer, get in contact. But I posted my email address. Here it is. Joseph, you're exactly right. If you've been to an event in the last 15 years, they already know you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, because there's still some guys out here that think they're flying under the radar, think that nobody knows anything about them. Man, please. Please, please, please. You're just joking. You're confusing your own self. You're confusing your own self. If you think for 2 nanoseconds you're flying under some radar. So yeah, I would use the feed stores as distribution points. You know, we don't have cockpits anymore, so we can't do that. But I would use the feed stores as distribution points. Yep. And then think about this. Why wouldn't a feed store want to carry the magazine, but yet they don't mind taking your money from your business? That's another thing that always confused me. Like I said earlier, the market always supporting the individuals that give back the least. If you think about it, feed stores ain't doing nothing for us. We doing something for them. We're keeping their lights on. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Joseph. You're exactly right. They infiltrated the tightest circles. That's why I had nothing to hide in my circles. Because the guy who's not an informant today can be an informant tomorrow. So I'm like, that's why I'm just treading and moving on, man. I'm not doing anything wrong. You know, you do what you do, but stop being delusional. You go out here and perform in front of strangers. You sell chickens to strangers. You post stuff all on social media, and you got the nerve to tell somebody you flying under the radar. That makes no logical sense. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And if the feds haven't infiltrated it, it's been a local law enforcement or the animal rights people. Everything has been infiltrated. Yeah, Dream. I'm relaxed. You know, just sometimes I just get passionate about certain things. You know what I mean? Because I just feel it's so much false information that doesn't get disputed, and then people carry it on and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody speaks up about it. Said, nah, 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 nah. That's baloney. So that's it, brother. It's all good. This is a good point. Henny made a good point. He said, yeah, they literally sell Gamecock feed named Gamecock Conditioner. So why wouldn't they sell a Gamecock magazine? Yeah, yeah. That and Caesar, that's a great point. Caesar said that the Gamecock ran out of business because they ran out of advertisers. Everyone went to Facebook. I think it's a combination of both. I think a combination of both, because I do know that the Gamecock said that, you know, one of the biggest challenges was getting articles. And I still got a lot of newer. I subscribed to the Gamecock all the way up until it went out of business. And I still got a bunch of them. Well, let me show you. Um, this is the difference in the. This is the difference in the magazine from. This is 2021. This is 2021. This is 1973. This one has 2021 has 40 pages in it. It is a tad bit smaller. And 1973 had 104 pages in it. So it was definitely a big difference. And yeah, I know for sure. I know for sure that the Gamecock had his own challenges. But I think it was a combination of challenges. I don't think it was just one thing. Yeah, Henny. So Caesar, yeah, I agree that was definitely because and I know, you know, you got a lot of guys say, why should I pay to advertise in the magazine when I can just post the information to my Facebook page for free. And I get it. I completely get it. That is definitely a challenge and something that has to be taken into consideration. 100%. Yep. This is a good one. This is a good one. Um, Tristan said, I haven't been in the sport long, but I have learned to take everything I read on social media with a grain of salt. So it would be a great to have something credible. And that's the whole purpose of me sharing the accomplishments on the guests that we interview to go exactly what Tristan is saying, to give credibility to the information for sure. Yep. What's the highest price paid for game foul? 17,000. Well, I know for sure that it was birds in Puerto Rico that sold for more than 17,000 for sure. Yep. Yeah, Brian, digital could definitely be a part of it. Yep, digital could definitely be a part of it. Yep, digital magazine can definitely be a part of it. And it's the thing about it, because you can have, and it's the thing about the digital magazine, it's an additional platform because with it being a digital magazine, you have to have the right software so it's kind of readable. That's right. This is a good one too. Jerry said this is a great one too. Scammers won't do a magazine ad, but honest people will. That's a great point. That's a great point. Mhm. Okay, Caesar. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'm telling you, I haven't been in. I didn't eat nachos in at the Bayou Club. But one thing I do know is nothing like having a magazine. I got old magazines from greyhound racing, dog racing, old horse magazines, old dog magazines. I got a lot of old magazines, and this is the thing. Creating a magazine, the purpose of creating a magazine is not to replace social media. And I think that's what a lot of guys are thinking. That's why they keep comparing social media to magazines, social media to magazines. The magazine is not going to be to um replace social media. I think it'd just be an addition in its own little lane. You know what I'm saying? In its own little lane. Um, but putting a magazine together is a lot of work. And especially if you're not really making any money on it, you start to think, what am I even doing this for? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like with me with Journey to the Pit. I have that kind of thought pattern sometimes, like, why I keep doing this? You know what I'm saying? I see, like, what am I keep doing this for? Why don't I just go out here and enjoy my life in game foul and forget about trying to educate everybody in the community? You know? So I just do what I do. It gives me a sense of purpose. That's right. See, if we didn't have magazines and all we had is social media, I'll give you a prime example. Most of y'all cannot even find an interview we just did on Wednesday. Most of y'all can't even find that interview on social media. But yet, I can pick up this 1973 magazine that is literally over 50 years old and is right here in my hands, and I can read that article. We can't even find a post from 7 days ago on social media. Think about that. We can't even find a post from 7 days ago on social media. Yep. And I think I would love to do a magazine. I would love, 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 love to do a magazine. But like I said, always the biggest challenge is just getting those articles for the content. And and like Caesar said, advertisement was definitely a big challenge. The advertisement was a big challenge. Getting advertisers to advertise, I think that's a big challenge. But you know what's so amazing? The American Pit Bull Terrier, Game Dogs. They have a magazine, and I think I was reading that that magazine has been published for 61 years, right? 61 years. Now, they are harder on dog fighters than they are on chicken fighters. That's a fact. You even have chicken fighters that despise dog fighters, right? So people within the same, I'm not going to say the same circle. I take that back. Not the same circle, but people that's being hunted by the same people don't even like each other. But how is it that the American Pit Bull Terrier, the game dog, still has a thriving magazine in this day and time? Thriving. So that's what gives me the confidence that's saying it can be done. It can be done. It just can't be filled up with fights. Like that magazine, it has a bunch of educational content in it. It got supplies in it, vitamins, supplements in it. It has a lot of great articles in it, great pictures in it. I don't have one sitting. I think I might have one. I think I might have one sitting right here. Let me see. I think I might have one. Yeah, old one. I got an old one right here. Okay. This is an old one. Again, this is from 1996. This magazine that's on here. Again, like I told you, I would love to do a magazine. This magazine is from 1996. Again, all these in here, game dogs, treadmills, all that kind of stuff. And today, this magazine is still just like this. Still just like this. Great articles, got good stuff. This guy used to be my neighbor. That's on the front page here. But it's possible. Yes. Yeah, and it's Joseph, you bring up another valid point as well. The increase in confirmation shows and game file will be an outstanding outlet for sales and advertisement. That's right. That's right. I mean, in the magazine, they can advertise show schedules, when they're gonna have confirmation shows. All these organizations can advertise their meetings. They can buy ads to advertise upcoming legislation. We can have a legislation section where people update you on upcoming legislation. It's a lot of positive things that can come out of it. A lot. I think it can definitely be done. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, this is a great yeah, I think like I say, Kelly, please, brother, please, please, please. I need articles. I need articles. And I know a lot of people held back because they didn't know if the magazine was going to be possible or not. But it's kind of like this. You don't know if it's going to be possible or not if you can never get enough content to make it possible. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a catch-22. I don't want to write because I don't know if the magazine going to work. But we'll never know if the magazine going to work if we can never get enough content. You see what I'm saying? We can't even get started. Like they say, the first action in a trip of 1,000 miles is the first step. And you can say, well, I don't know if I can walk 10 miles. Well, you ain't gonna know anything until you take the first step. You got to take the first step, and you might quit after a mile. But you never know if you can walk the 10 miles, you're gonna have to take the first step. And that's kind of what the magazine is all about. Yes, it has to have advertisement. Magazine cannot survive without advertisement because you cannot make money on subscriptions. Like I said, if you look at the cost to design a magazine, to print the magazine, and to ship the magazine, you know how much that is per issue? You cannot survive off of subscriptions. It has to be rooted in advertisement. Has to be. Kelly, please send me the articles, brother. Send them to me. If y'all guys are watching me on Facebook and y'all need my email address, shoot me a message and I'll send y'all guys my email address for sure. Yeah. But that's the base. And again, I can never get a hardcore cost because I never had all of the content. So they couldn't give me a hardcore cost of what it would cost to design a magazine because I never had all the content. Yep. And then it's another option that because I really went deep into this. This is another option that they have today that they didn't have back in the day. They have print on demand magazines, meaning that once everything is designed, I send it over to the printer and the printer prints one magazine at a time. But it's so expensive. Like if a person only if say for August, we only sold 20 magazines. They will only print 20 magazines. But say we sold 100 magazines, they will print 100 magazines. The problem with that is it's so expensive because it's all print one at a time versus going out there and printing 1,000 magazines at a time. Yeah, the cost is cheaper. The cost is cheaper because you get them all printed all at the same time. But the upfront cost is so much more expensive. You know, buying 1,000 copies of a magazine or 500 copies of a magazine is expensive. That's not including the design or the shipping. That's just the magazine itself. Yes, Robbie Smith, I greatly appreciate that, man. Then Brian, do the poor man's article. That's fine. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And Robbie, definitely get with me for sure. Yep. Indian, I don't know if you asking this about an article. Would that be a topic that you would like to talk about in an article or the magazine? Yes, sir. And Hawk, yeah, you know, a magazine definitely could not survive without advertisement at all. Just like anything else, you know, no platform, any social media platform can't survive. Facebook can't survive without advertisement. You know what I mean? Is all that that's how these platforms pay. And these platforms got started off with borrowed money. And then once they got rocking and rolling, they pay their bills with advertisement. Mhm. Yep, that's right. Yeah. The cost can be expensive. The cost can be expensive. But it just really depends. I mean, just think about it. You know, if somebody paying, oh, $15 for a magazine is expensive, right? Just let's just think about this. 15 some individuals would think $15 is expensive for a magazine. Why they think $15 is expensive for a magazine? Why? Because in order to determine if something is expensive or cheap or reasonable, is you have to have comparatives. You have to have something comparable to it. So when you go to this store and the average magazine is $5, $6, $7, and then you see a magazine that's 15, you like, oh, that magazine is expensive. Why? Because you have a comparable, meaning that there's tons of magazines on the shelf that's only 5 and 6 and 7 and $8, right? So that's how people determine if something is expensive or not expensive or fair. Um, But the question is this, it comes to this. You got to compare apples to apples, right? And when you compare apples to apples, uh, there's nothing really to compare it to. Because if there's no other magazine out there, how do you know if it's expensive or cheap? How do you determine it? You see what I'm saying? So, um, that's just something to think about. But yeah, the magazines are not cheap. Like that one-off run, they was the prices they were quoting me. I was like, God, dog, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of money. And again, because I'm looking at it like, well, magazines back in the day was this price or that price, or the Gamecock was this price. And I'm like, I can't really compare it to the Gamecock because the Gamecock is out of business. So you can't really use their price as a comparable. Yep, that's right. Hmm. That's right, Henny. You're exactly right. I mean, think about this. When you go to the average drive through, you're spending like 11, 12 bucks. You know what I'm saying? And nobody complains about that. You go to the drive through for lunch, you spend like 11, you spending at least $10 on a combo meal. So if a magazine was 15, you don't think that'd be reasonable? You know what I'm saying? So I know social media has lowered our standards, our tolerance, ain't standards, has lowered our tolerance on costs. You know what I'm saying? Is lowered our tolerance on costs. Like, why should I pay to advertise in a magazine when I can put it on my Facebook? Why should I buy a magazine when I can read stuff online? So I understand it. Yep. I completely understand it. And it will be tough. And that's the reason why if I started a magazine, it will be like a one or two issue, deal. I wouldn't take no yearly subscriptions or anything like that because I couldn't guarantee that magazine could be printed for the whole year unless I had enough content, which I think that could be a little dull, having pre-made content for the whole entire year when you don't know what's going on throughout the year. So many things can change. But knowing you got a funnel of individuals that will write articles for you every month, that's the biggest thing. That will write articles for you every month. You got advertisers that will commit to 3 or 4 issues of advertisement. You know what I'm saying? It would take something like that to do it. Yeah, this is one too. Yeah, I don't think, see, this is the whole deal. Value is dependent on an individual. You know what I mean? Value is dependent on individual. What somebody might, again, just like the interviews. Every interview that I get, every interview that we do, somebody said that's the best interview that you ever had. Well, that same individual that told me that didn't tell me that about the last interview. But literally in the last interview, I had people saying the same thing about that interview. So value is all determined. You're not going to be able to please everybody. You're not going to be able to create anything that everybody thinks is great value. Some people look at some interviews and don't even listen to them because they never heard of the person. That's a true fact. And some people watch interviews and it'll be from people they never heard of, and they like, man, that interview was solid. It was a lot of great information in that interview, or he solved a problem that I've been encountering for the last couple of years. So that's kind of how that go. Yep. Okay. Yeah, this is a great one. Caesar said that, just a friendly reminder here. Flacco said that he has magazines, he had articles he took notes from that he'll go back to. That's my point. That's the difference in social media and magazines. That's the difference. Just like I just showed y'all this 1996 American Pit Bull Terrier magazine, and just like I'm showing you this 1973 Gamecock magazine, and the list goes on and on and on. It's nothing like magazines. It's just really nothing like magazines. Um, and I don't think and this is why I'm telling you, magazines are still there because every big distributor still prints magazines. People don't understand. That's a good point. That's a good that's a good point. Hawk said, but if I did a digital magazine, I would intentionally leave some aspects out of it that only goes in a physical copy. That's a good thought. That's a good thought. But let me tell you the thing about magazines, especially in the society that we live in. Um, the thing about magazines, the digital magazines is, people in society would take advantage of that. They would do everything. They would become the most creative person in the world on how they can share that magazine to somebody else for free. And every time you share the magazine to somebody for free, then that's one less subscription that's going to be sold. And I can promise you, you will have guys out here that will spend more time and energy figuring out how to share the magazine for free than convincing individuals to subscribe to the magazine. That's just a fact. And that's the problem with the digital aspect of magazines. I feel as though creating a magazine is going to be for a particular market. Everything has a target market. Everything has a target market, right? And you have to focus just on that target market. You can't satisfy everybody. You can't create something for everybody. You just got to focus on that target market and what they're looking for. And I give you a prime example. And this is something that I learned. I had a friend of mine that sold Ferraris for a living. And this was probably back in, I still deal with him today. Business partner, doing business with him, but we don't do business now. But back in the day, I asked him, I said, man, you're because he's in a business completely different than what selling Ferraris, but he sold Ferraris for like 5 years. And I asked him, he got a roofing business. I was like, dude, you're doing really, really well with your roofing business. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing really, really well with your roofing business. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I asked, his name is David. I was like, man, what kind of background you come from? Because I mean, this dude is doing well. He said, I used to sell Ferraris. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I used to sell Ferraris for like 4 or 5. I think he said 4 or 5 years. I don't know. It wasn't less than 4. He said, I used to sell Ferraris. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. And he said, I used to sell BMWs. I used to sell Lexus. But yeah, I sold Ferraris for like 4 or 5 years. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. And you got a roofing company now, very successful, and still is today. Very successful roofing company. And so we got to talking. And it's just amazing what I learned from him about the mindset of Ferraris. They only make a few thousand every year. They're extremely expensive. You have to be in a list. You have to be accepted into buying a Ferrari. Like, you got to be accepted by Ferrari to buy one. You just can't go buy one. You can buy one on the aftermarket, but you just can't go straight to Ferrari and buy one. But this is what he told me not only about Ferrari. Hawk said he's a roofer. He said he's a roofer. His name is David, but he ain't never touched a dang Ferrari. Let me tell you what he told me about the mindset. He also talked to me about Porsche and everything. But let me listen to this. So he said about Ferrari and Lamborghini and stuff like that. He said that the concept with Lamborghini and even Rolls Royce about these high-end cars, you never see commercials about them. And I said, I never thought about that. He said, yeah, you never seen a commercial about them. He said, because Lamborghini and Rolls Royce know that their target market is not sitting in front of a TV. I was like, wow. He's like, they know their target market is not sitting in front of a TV. I said, ain't that something? Let me tell you another thing. I got hats, brother. I can I don't have these hats. I just got this one's right here, and I have it in gray as well. I have it in black and gray. That's the original design. But let me tell you why what he said made so much sense. Being in construction, I had one of my sales reps that worked for Empire. I don't know if y'all, I don't know if it's just a southeastern thing or whatever, but Empire is a flooring company, and they make these commercials. Empire, we come in, we give you all the samples to the floor, and we can get it installed in the same day or the next day, and we can finance it for you and stuff like that. But Empire sells floors that's like, you pay how much for that carpet or how much for that engineered floor? Like, God, like the prices that they were selling carpet for was like the price that you can get tile installed. And my sales rep name was Troy. He's like, oh no, they know that. But their target market is individuals that watch court shows. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Being in business and understanding the psychology is deeper than just chickens. These stuff are universal principles. Now think about this. You have a flooring company that sells overpriced flooring, and then you have Lamborghinis and Rolls Royces that don't do any commercials. So you got the overpriced flooring company that target market is people who watch TV. Then you got Lamborghini and Rolls Royce that don't run commercials because they target market don't watch TV. I'm like, two opposite ends of the spectrum. Two opposite ends in the spectrum. So, that right there just really made me think like, wow, man, that is just unbelievable. That's literally unbelievable. But that's because those two companies truly understand their target market. They truly understand their target market. And I agree, the magazine is a hard sell in our market because I think Caesar, he made a good point. That's a good point. Caesar said that last comment here, but he feel magazines are stamped in history in a way, and I agree. There's a great there are great educational historical values to read. The old timer stories is like going back in time. I agree. I truly agree. I don't think magazines is an easy sell. I think it would take a lot of work. Um, but I think it's all about the approach. And maybe it's just because I'm a very optimistic person. I'm not a pessimist. I'm a very optimist. And maybe that's why I tried a lot of businesses that didn't work, but I learned from all of them. But yeah, Caesar has a great point. Yeah. Yeah. So like I say, David, it's that's one of the things. And let me tell you, one of the things about my friend who's a roofer, um, let me tell you where his success comes from. He doesn't operate like all other roofers. See, that's what I'm saying about understanding your target market and creating your own lane. It's a book that I read many years ago. It's a great book. If you're in business, if you have any type of business, if you're an entrepreneur, have your own business, anything like that, it's a great book to read. That's called Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue Ocean Strategy. I got a ton of books, but I don't have it right behind me. I don't have it here right behind me. Because I got books all over the house. I got books everywhere, all on my desk. But anyway, um, it's a book called Blue Ocean Strategy. If you have a business, it's an unbelievable book. But I learned a lot from that book and applied the same principles to Journey to the Pit. I applied the principles out of that book to Journey to the Pit. But also too, that principle is a universal principle. Uh, Blue Ocean Strategy. Yes, sir. Blue Ocean Strategy. You literally can listen to it on YouTube on an audio version. Rick, you said you read it. That's a good read, isn't it? Yeah. Blue Ocean Strategy is a great book. I read a lot of books. A lot of different books. I probably read about at one time. I'm not reading as much but I was reading probably about 60 books a year. I was reading about 60 books a year. But I read a lot of books. I'm not reading as many books as I need to or I should be now, but I read a lot of books. It's a great book. Great book. The 48 Laws of Power as well, not the 28, the 48 Laws of Power. I read a lot of his books as well too. This is one that I'm reading. As y'all can see, I'm already putting my tabs in it. But this is a great book as well. The Laws of Human Nature. It's about 800. Let me see how many pages. Oh, ain't 800. I'm sorry. That's exaggeration. It's 600. It's 600 pages. This book is 600 pages. As y'all guys can see, I've been reading it already. Great book. But my point is I'll tell you another great book. This is another great book too. This right here is a really, really good book. Really good book. It's about 400 pages, but it's a great book. You pick it up, you won't be able to put it down. But like I said, guys, it's just it's just being very optimistic. Just being very optimistic. This book is trash. This book is trash. I don't care what nobody say. That book ain't no good. Ain't hitting on nothing. I don't like that book. It's another good book. Maybe I should start a book club. It's another good book. Yeah. Yep. So yeah, guys, it's a lot of great reads out there. Anybody who want a chicken book, this is another good book. Talks about diseases, all that kind of stuff that you need to know about health on chickens. This is a good book. Chicken Health for Dummies. Paul Woods from Wood Enterprises. He's the one who recommended this book. This is a good book. Yeah, it's a good book too. I know y'all guys ain't been wanting to talk about books, but yeah. Yep, that's a good book. Yeah. Yeah, that's Phil Knight's book, the Nike guy. I didn't really like that book. I didn't really like that book. Yeah, listen to that Blue Ocean Strategy. And I would say get the book and not just listen to it free on YouTube. I would say buy the book because you can sit through and highlight different things and go back. That's what I'm saying. It can't listening to it on YouTube is not going to be replacing buying the book. I can tell you that. So anyway, but yeah, guys, so we'll come and chat back. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. We've been on this darn thing for a long time. I know y'all batteries are probably dead. David said he's an Adidas guy. He thought the Nike, but that book was trash. Yeah, but I bought it and I read it. But like I said, I like to read. But yeah, it wasn't hitting on nothing. But I know we've been on here a long time, guys. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out. Like I said, shoot me a message or something. We can talk about these articles and stuff, and I'll keep y'all guys posted. We got a great interview coming up. Last thing is this wormer right here. I got it in stock. I can ship it out tomorrow. It's $60 shipped. It's $60 shipped. And we are been getting phenomenal results from this wormer right here. I'm telling you, internal and external parasites is liquid, one pump down the throat. You don't have to fast them or anything. Excellent product. Shoot me a message if you're interested in it. But already, guys, y'all have a good night. It was really a pleasure hanging out with y'all tonight. And Henny, I greatly appreciate you supporting us, joining the channel. We really appreciate that. And I catch up with y'all guys on the next stream. Y'all guys have a great night.